fucking nail on it and you don't get any pushback.
Honestly, like just
Some kid did the full over the handlebars in front of me on the way home today.
Oh.
And his mum was just like, yes, that's exactly what I told you would happen. And I just looked at her like, yes, I understand.
But see, if you'd have done that in front of this other woman, she would have told you that you're a bad parent.
The woman who he like nearly landed on, like she like picked him up. And she just was like, you alright? And he just was like, oh. And then you could tell he was like looking around at his mum. I didn't know if he was gonna like see her and cry. And I realised he looked at her and she stood there holding the bike helmet like, I fucking told you.
Yeah.
Like, shit, she's seen me.
He was concerned for his safety from his mum at this point.
And she had that look of like, if it wasn't so hot.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of They're Not Even Real Housewives though. We have survived the first week back at school. It is, 8 o'clock in the evening and it's 27 degrees outside, so we're doing
Celsius for our American friends.
And we're sat in our unair-conditioned homes in the smallest rooms available, slightly boiling and enthusiastic to talk to everyone.
Fucking grim. It's grim.
The very classic British thing has happened of the kids have gone back to school and so summer's been like, got ya.
So we had a great June.
Yeah.
Shit July and August. And now a fantastic September.
It's well hot. Well, fantastic. I'm like scared to go outside.
Yeah, I mean, you will literally shrivel up and die. And there'll be like a puddle of your hair. Yeah.
My zinc oxide paste on my arms as I walk to the station.
And your hair and your hat. Do you wear your hat to work?
Of course I do.
This hat, I swear to God. Whose hat was it from the Housewives? Was it Ultimate
It was
Girls
Potomac. Candace.
That hat is what she wears, I swear to God. When she sends me pictures and both of her kids are under the hat and there's still space. It's not right.
Some say hat, some say tent.
Yeah. Whereas I come from the train of thought where I'm like, if it's not baby oil, what am I doing?
My mother-in-law tells me off because I put so much sun cream on my kids.
Yes, but your mother-in-law has melanin.
Yeah,
I don't know why she doesn't understand. It's not the same. You should always wear sun cream, melanin or not, but it's not the same amount of danger.
You see the amount of sun cream I put on them, and he still has a tan.
Yeah,
he's still got, like,
he's got melanin.
Farmer's tan, like, get his haircut. I'm like, oh, there's a white line around your hair.
Because your son has melanin.
I know, lucky bastard.
Oh my God, my cooch is so sweaty.
The under boob between the shoulder blade sweat is visceral, isn't it?
It's something else. Anyway,
it's a big week.
It's huge. Salt Lake is back.
Salt Lake is back.
And what a fucking premiere! I swear to God.
We start with that. Have you got any?
I've got words on the street.
Oh really? I don't have any words on the street. Tell me your words.
I mean, they're not really massive words. I think this first one is though. So Mr. Eddie Osefo.
Yeah.
Did I say that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He is starting a marijuana, weed, cannabis, whatever you want to call it, company called Happy Eddie.
Yay!
I feel like we've discussed this before, but I think in the sentiment that I said, he should start a cannabis line called Happy Eddie.
He probably owes you dividends.
He does owe me dividends, Wendy. Pay attention. But yeah, I just feel like that's just turning lemons into lemonade, isn't it?
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
So not only does Deborah not have access to Happy Eddie's penis, he's making coins. Well, she's living her sad, pathetic life in Potomac.
Oh, well done, Happy Eddie. That's brilliant.
Absolutely. And the other word on the street is, which I already texted you and your reply was fuck off. Sheena Shea is older than Erin from New York.
It's absolutely absurd. The math ain't mathin'.
Who said that? Drew. Drew said that at the reunion. Sometimes my math ain't math. That was brilliant. But yeah, that was a sobering moment.
It's like stepping into a parallel universe or something, isn't it? Like that can't. How can these things be true in the same, like on the same continent? How could that happen? What happens as you cross the, I don't know, the Andes? What is in the middle of America?
Texas.
Sure. I
don't
think you
know.
cross Texas from there to there.
I don't know. A lot happened. I think it's no, that'd be the other way.
It's wearing because something
I'd
bad
be
is
like
happening.
it was Vegas, right? So like you walk into Vegas looking like Sheena and you come out of Vegas looking like Erin.
Okay, that's what's happened. There's been loads of age-related revelations. Like, I just think we just agreed that Erin's lying about her age, right?
I think so. Yeah, she's 106. That's the only explanation. She looks good for 106.
She looks great, but
for 106. Yes.
She looks great for 42.
I think 106 was less shady.
Do you think that's worth? Okay.
Yeah. But I'm here for all of it. The other thing I want to talk about, I don't really want to talk about it. I'm just really annoyed. So obviously you don't live under a rock, so you've heard about Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner.
Yeah. And the ring cam. So I don't know her. Are we supposed to know her?
She's from Game of Thrones.
Did
you watch Game of Thrones?
I have watched Game of Thrones. Who is she?
The queen, the Stark sister that becomes queen at the end.
Really? Hold on. Really?
Yeah, she's the red-headed one, the Stark sister, the older Stark sister who becomes
she
queen of the North.
is.
Oh my God, Rosie. Really?
You know when things go out my head, they've never happened to me.
Anyway.
You should be impressed I know who the Jonas brothers are.
To be fair, I am. Anyway, it's not really a word on the street.
God, he was doing well, wasn't he?
He was punching, and now he's trying to drag her down by saying that she's a bad mum because he has to parent his own kids.
I know, what a fucking demon.
Let me just make this very clear. I am so tired of this narrative that women are crazy, women can't have it all. Well, like technically we can't, but because we all sacrifice something, but that women have to be chained to the kitchen sink and their children at all fucking times, whereas a man can be a dad and have his own personal life and no one bats a fucking eyelid. He's on tour, she's filming a TV show, but it's shocking that he has to look after his children whilst on tour. They're both working. What do you expect to happen? You have nannies? What the fuck?
Well, so you're on tour as a pop star?
At night. She's filming a show during the day, so it makes more sense that you have the kids
and the night. Filming a TV show is 16 hours of a day. A Jonas concert is 3 hours.
I'm so upset with TMZ and the Daily Mail pushing this narrative that she's a hard partying mum who's neglected her kids and that's why he's filing for divorce. And then she said something she shouldn't say, and then pictures of him taking his kids for lunch. He's taking his kids for lunch. They have to eat.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It's easier than cooking your kids' lunch, isn't it? Like, come on.
I really can't.
But aren't they all sort of Christian lunatics, the Jonases? Didn't they all wear purity rings and shit?
They were, but I think that was all like a stage front, wasn't it?
Was it all like a Disney thing?
Yeah, it wasn't real.
Yeah, can't be arsed with it.
Anyway, I'm just upset about it and it's really pissing me off. So I wanted to mention it.
The thing that people have been reaching out, sending me this week is lots of people have been sending me the Kourtney Kardashian being in hospital.
Right, why was she in hospital?
I don't know. So she's saying that she's had the baby's had surgery.
Oh dear Lord.
Yeah.
Can they do that?
Yeah. Crazy, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah. So, but they haven't really said specifically, but like she got taken into surgery, and obviously because I've very vocally been like, I would fuck Travis Barker. People have been, I don't know what people have expected my reaction to be. I'm like,
that you can
I'm not a fucking monster.
Baby?
Yeah, I'm like I obviously hope their baby is fine. I'm sure people are really pissed who've like waited and paid ridiculous money for Blink-182 tickets, but I'm also sure they would like his baby to be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting.
It's hard, isn't it? Because the thing is, if you're like a real attention seeker, when something dramatic happens, people think you're being a bit of an attention seeker.
Oh.
Don't think.
I mean, oop.
Oh, I just poured water all over my foot.
Well, I bet that felt good.
This feels lovely.
Yeah.
But it's slightly missed the point. Trying to fill my glass.
You try to hydrate.
Gotta hydrate, I didn't need fizzy water on my foot.
Oh, fizzy water. Ugh.
I love a fizzy water.
I can only drink it whilst pregnant.
Really?
It was my pregnancy. Like, I remember I said to Mike one day, I really fancy a thing of fizzy water, and he handed me a pregnancy test and I was pregnant.
Oh, luckily I just like it all the time.
No, I don't. So my next door neighbours are doing their extension and they're putting in the fizzy water tap.
Oh,
And
I didn't know this was a thing.
Yeah, he's really upset. It cost $2,000.
Oh, that's a lot. I mean, I have a fizzy water machine and it costs 70.
She tries to
It's like the size of a bottle of Coke.
She has to make fizzy water like 4 times a day, every day for 20 years to cover the cost. Because of how much a bottle of fizzy water actually costs versus the thing. Like, he did the math and it, like, he's pissed.
Yeah, I don't think it works out. Is it that tap that also does hot, like boiling water?
No, that's what he said.
No,
He wouldn't mind if
no.
it did.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. Awkward.
Anyway, should we talk about Salt Lake first? Because that's what
we should. Let's talk
hear.
about Salt Lake. Absolutely. So we start with the flash forward
Of Bermuda. Finally, they've left the Americas.
Yes, check them getting off.
Just America.
Yeah, they've not really left the Americas. They've left the continent, the mainland.
Yeah, yeah.
They've left the States.
Amazing.
Yes. And we see Heather trembling.
So what was that call about? Was that about work? Was that about the staff? Because then it seems to relate to
Jen
and Monica, and why Monica and Lisa have fallen out, and who was they telling people in the flash forward to get the fuck out, and who was Meredith telling to leave? Like, what is happening?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's going to be nothing.
I know, but it looks really exciting.
It looks really exciting, but I think it's just going to be some Jen shit.
But I don't understand why they think she's like surprised by anything that she hears about Jen at this point, is my point.
Yes, exactly. And I think that's what we will all be saying at the time. Yeah, I'm not holding. I mean, I'm going to watch it and I'm going to love it, but I don't think I'm going to learn anything.
No, I have many more questions, but yeah. Then
we have them doing their taglines are all Bible verse.
Yes.
And I saw someone who was like, we're all just taking this as read that this is the Bible. I was like, oh yeah, absolutely. Nobody's checking.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. I've heard of Psalms.
Yeah, I've not.
Like, one of them did sound a bit like, I was like, I'm not sure that sounds like it is 2,000 years old.
Yeah, it was a bit relevant.
2,000 years old, is it? They only wrote the Bible significantly after that.
Don't get me started on the Bible.
But it doesn't. It sounded a bit modern, but I like it. I was like, oh yes, I like this.
Yeah, yeah. And then Sundance is here.
Queen of Sundance is there. Lisa, she's so busy. She's so unbelievably busy. She's not doing a fucking thing.
But she's also incredibly shocked why her child didn't tell her anything for a whole entire year when she doesn't pay attention to anything that's happening around her, not even her husband, and she's confused.
No fucking can get a word in. She just chat, every single thought that's in her head.
And then tells herself to hold on while she reads a message. No one else was speaking. She's like, hold on, I'm getting a message. Hold on. No one else was speaking, bitch. You could just shut your mouth.
No, I've never empathized with her more.
I do think, though, I can understand
John Barlow's face. I mean,
he's so patient. Her vagina must shoot diamonds, because why else does he put up with that? He just seems too calm.
I think he can just tune it out. I have one of those husbands, don't I, that can just entirely tune it out.
Yeah.
I bet he thinks he's blessed.
Probably. I wonder what his first wife was like, if this is his second wife.
Maybe she was really quiet and didn't have an opinion, and he thought that's quite dull.
Oh, yeah. So he went the complete opposite way.
And maybe she was chintzy.
Chintzy.
And he was like, I'm too big for chintzy.
Oh my God. Sorry, my sister just texted me about reality TV. Shockingly.
Yeah, I loved it. She's like, and he's in his senior year, and I don't want to cry. And hold on.
I do feel bad for her that she's so unaware of how she ignores everything and everyone around her that she can't see why she wouldn't have noticed that he was doing something for a year. Like, her delusion makes me feel bad for her.
Oh, that's interesting, because I think I feel kind of surprisingly the opposite of that, in that I expected myself to feel empathetic, because I think I am racked with mum guilt, and I didn't at all.
Because you're present when you're there.
Yeah, I think
and I don't
so.
think she is.
No, she's doing too many, because what she's doing isn't like a thing that you can nail on the head. I'm not saying she's not doing anything, but it's sort of intangible. So you can be doing it all the time. There's no hard boundary, is there?
No, absolutely. Yeah, I totally get what you mean. Yeah.
But 2 years to go off and be a missionary is like a bit of a...
Okay, and how do we feel about this mission situation?
I mean...
I had to Google it because I wasn't 100% sure. And it just sounds like a recruitment drive to a cult to me.
Okay, we're going to have to give you a real introduction to the Church of Mormon. The thing is, I hate to break it to you. It's a bit culty.
It was just the way that she was saying he's going to put himself before
You've
others.
seen the Mormons, right? Like on the tube in their white shirts and their black tie, being like, have you heard? Have you heard?
Well, I mean, I see the adverts for the musical.
Okay, well, that's based on a real thing.
I don't think I've seen a real life Mormon, though. I had Jehovah's at my door today.
Oh, yeah, there's loads of them. We've got so many of them here. It's a big compound.
Well, I drive past it regularly. Yeah. There's like a printing shop that I use right by it. But my whole thing is with them, it's like, there's so many of you now, but surely only like 50 of you are allowed to go to heaven. Like, why are you still recruiting?
I think they're all allowed to go to heaven.
No, that's not how the Jehovah's used to work. That's not how they used to work. There was only
Is it not? I don't know how the Jehovah's work.
I'm pretty sure there was only a certain amount of people that were allowed to get into heaven. So why are you still recruiting? I don't understand.
Oh, yeah, no, that does sound right.
Yeah.
Well, someone's got to do the work, haven't they?
Fair. But yeah, the Mormon mission thing is...
Yeah, I don't think they do it. It's a big thing, but didn't Heather do it? Heather did it. Didn't Heather do a mission? Did. Well, not Lisa.
No, because she was at college. Yeah, I forget.
Full-time doing something.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess it's... Should it be shocking? You all right? Careful. Got enough to breathe?
Sorry.
Should it be shocking that they're doing... Like, I feel like it should be a fairly well-trodden path, right?
Yeah, like they should know what's going to happen. You raise them in the Mormon church. This has to happen.
And like, I see Mormons in London walking around trying to convert people, and they to be fair, all look like that boy.
They all look like Jack, yeah.
Yeah, they're all sort of slightly timid, slightly dazed looking white boys with £4 haircuts.
Last week it was $3 words. This week is £4 haircuts. I can't keep up. What currency are we going to use next week? Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't.
But 2 years is a long time for your 18-year-old to go away with very little contact.
Yeah,
in a church that you everybody fundamentally knows is a fuck up.
What is happening to that kid?
Yeah. And he could go anywhere. They can post you like anywhere. Oh. Yeah. Nope. No thanks.
Yeah.
Then we see Heather's new house.
Oh my goodness. And Meredith comes over to shovel the driveway. But then reveals that she likes to use an ice pick.
She likes an ice pick.
What's it an ice pick for?
Murder? I mean, what are you supposed to use an ice pick for? Like, what is the not criminal activity that you use ice pick for?
Do they use ice picks when they're doing that, like, climbing? Is that an ice pick?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anything. So yeah, maybe. So potentially, but she doesn't do that.
Or maybe she's making her own, like,
posh
diamond-shaped ice. Yeah.
Yeah, that jewelry is actually made of ice. It melts when you leave Salt Lake
When
City.
you leave. That's why the door's so sticky.
Oh, excellent. So Heather's bought this house even though like it's a minute since she launched that book. Like she hasn't earned any money to buy this house yet.
No, she hasn't. But we knew she bought the house from before, didn't
Yeah,
we?
yeah,
But
we've looked at the house.
But why does she need such a big house when it's only her and 3 kids that are going to college?
Why the fuck not? Because it's a big up you to everyone else, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I just don't understand why people who don't need the space buy big houses. Like, why are you paying more taxes? Why are you paying higher gas and electricity? Like, why are you making yourself poorer?
What to your husband? Doesn't he need a fucking huge house?
Yes, but we have huge family.
In other continents. You could all go and stay in her house.
I could move in with Heather.
Just for family vacations?
Yeah, I mean, based on how much vodka she poured in the middle of the goddamn day for her and Meredith, I could live with Heather easily. She's my people.
I've never lived anywhere really like with real snow. Michael know this, but the term snow removal service just really struck me. I thought, well, that's not a thing that we even have here, is it? Like as an industry, but presumably, yeah.
Yeah, so they have.
Heather's done her book. She's a New York Times bestseller.
No one's read the damn thing.
No, oh God, that's so
bad. When I say
she's so good at her response, though. I thought it was brilliant. That they don't read.
They don't read. But I loved it that they all went it. No, we're skipping ahead, but I loved it when they all
went and none of them even pretended.
No, and then Lisa was like, I'll buy it now because I'm in it. Then Angie was like, can I get a signed copy from Lisa? Yeah. I died. But yes, yeah, so Meredith and
there's been church backlash. They talk about how she's met up with Whitney. I was gonna say Wendy.
Oh, no.
With Whitney, because she hasn't been speaking to Whitney, and then they show them meeting up again, and Heather's trying to like do a Heather and like smooth it all over and make it nice and tie it up in a bow, and Whitney's not really having it.
No, she's not, but she's living in her truth now. She's healing, and she's really living in her truth.
It's gonna be really hard to trust her.
Despite the fact that I take the piss out of her, I actually really like Whitney.
Yeah, she thinks she's the least piece of shit amongst them.
Oh, 100%. She's.
Meredith is spot on that the voice is a piece of shit.
Yeah. Oh, the voice is horrendous.
Meredith's
I think that's the lips. I think it's because she can't like close and like form a.
No, I think she's going to get to a point in therapy and she's going to have a really big cry. And then her voice is going to become a normal human.
Yeah, she's like Paris Hilton, right?
Yeah, she's going to be like, I remember they touched me, and then it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be okay, but the voice is going to drop.
Oh my God, you're a horrible person. But spot on. Can you do one thing for me, please?
Sure.
Can you explain the Gucci confessional look?
No. Sorry, no. That would be a no.
Do you think it's an old bag that she had cut up? Because Gucci doesn't make that. Surely they don't make that.
I think they make that.
No,
but I don't think it's fitting on her. I think if we saw that as it was intended, it would be unrecognizable.
What do you mean as it was intended?
I just think it's not sitting in the right place on the body.
No, I think she took an old bag to a haberdasher, as they would call it, and say,
or just cut it and then just pushed it on the front.
Yeah.
There's no back. I think there's no back in that garment.
Oh my God, it was so bad.
It wasn't good, was it? So then we start on Bathgate, don't we?
Okay, this has to be the best Housewives argument of all time.
It's absolutely, I completely concur. It's like, excellent.
She's so incensed that her bathtub would be considered dirty. Like that's the point that she's upset about.
But this is the premise that repeats in the Atlanta reunion as well. Like, it's just like you're not really genuinely upset about that. You can't you are. Oh, you're pretending that you are. You want us to believe that you are upset about that stupid of a thing.
Yeah, fair. Oh.
And then the entirely valid, if we've bought into the premise that we're being upset about this bath, which, I mean, Heather says to us, doesn't she, in the confession, she's like, she's not really. Oh, she is. She's really upset about this. So then, in the premise that she's genuinely upset, the point about the hot tub is excellent. Because hot tubs are disgusting.
Absolutely. But I think the main point was when she was like, I didn't come at you when you were painting your husband on national television. Like, I didn't say anything about that.
But I think you're sort of saying it now.
Yeah, but I mean, she provoked her. Like, don't poke the bear.
Did she, though? I mean, really?
I think she did.
I just love, don't go after my bath. All that was left was my children. I mean, I fucking love a bath, but God almighty, calm down.
My husband in my bath. Oh my God.
That's the priority. Husband, marriage, bath, children.
Oh my God.
It's too much.
The petty is real. I loved it so much.
Yeah. Yeah, you really feel like Meredith needs a hobby.
Like, buy a house.
Well, that's the clapback, isn't it?
I mean, I thought she was reaching for a read there until production stepped in and corrected me.
Oh yes. Like, no, that's true. That is 4 different holiday rentals.
Had a new house. Yeah. Must be tired of moving.
No, because she doesn't have any fucking things. Yeah, it's easy to move if you just walk into a house and buy a pack of Evian, put it in the fridge, and then you live there.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. As long as it's got a tub, she's fine.
Fair point. And then anyway, so then we go to the highlight of the whole episode for me, the introduction of Miss Mary M. Cosby.
Introduction of Mary Cosby.
I mean, she couldn't get in the door.
I mean, she is like bona fide crazy at this point, right?
Everyone's like, well, not everyone. There's some people on Twitter like, we don't understand why everyone was so excited for Mary to come back. And I was like, did you not hear her tell the world that her son is potentially married? They live in the same house, but she's not had a chat. Him.
She's not had a moment to catch up with him. She gives me. Oh, I mean, in Psycho, when he at the spoilers, when it's the end and he's doing, I think, I don't know if anyone else has seen. Highly recommend. More bathtub content. But at the end, when he's doing his mother's voice, she gives me those vibes.
100%. That's how her mannequins talk back to her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, definitely. She is legitimately not used to being in the world. She doesn't know how doors work. She's had to walk. Like, she is flabbergasted.
I just every part of that sequence of her with Meredith having lunch, she can't eat the spinach and cheese salad because it's spicy, and she doesn't like the revenge the next day because it hurts when it comes out. Like,
what does she eat though? Do you think she just doesn't eat? Do you think she just eats tissues?
Apparently, Lisa Barlow said on Watch What Happens Live that she's a secret fast food lover.
So they go for their sit down, and she admits that Robert Jr. has a girlfriend who he may be married to.
Yes.
And people keep mentioning it to her. Like, the fuck?
What do you say? Like, her and Lisa Barlow are very similar. In the sense,
I think it's just being self-obsessed.
Yeah, that's it. They haven't got a clue what's going on around them.
And she's like, absolutely. Then the other flip side of that is that she's absolutely fucking thrilled that her husband's fucked off for 6 months.
Absolutely.
She hates him.
Well, I mean, she's still married to her granddad, is what was written on my notes.
Still, yes. I mean, I don't think she believes in divorce, does she?
No, but she could not contain her excitement over Jen Shah going to jail, could she?
She is thrilled. She wants to hit all the bad shit.
She's so like her face was gleeful.
Absolutely gleeful.
Oh,
And I think that's because
I'm not
she's
mad at
evil
it.
and vindictive and racist.
Cult leader
Yeah.
that people miraculously die around.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we should
Not
be careful what we say.
miraculously. It's not miraculously, is it?
Yeah, it is. Suspiciously?
Yeah, suspiciously, yeah. Yeah, we need to be careful. But I mean, I'm still a Mary M. Cosby stan.
I mean, yeah, she's great, Telly, isn't she?
Despite all of that. What does that say
It's
about
just
me as a
how
person?
often do you get to see that? Never.
Never.
You
You
could
really don't.
live 1,000 lifetimes and never see a Mary Cosby.
Oh.
I like Meredith in her confessional when they're like, have you reached out to Jen? She's like, well, I mean,
She's in
she's
prison.
in prison.
What do you want me to do?
And I think that's fair. Like, I don't know how you contact someone in prison.
You
I mean,
write
she
them a
doesn't
letter.
want to, but fair. It's a great excuse.
Yeah. They have emails now, don't they? Like,
still, why? Not like they were friends.
Yeah.
So then we go to Angie meeting Monica. So let's do a little age stamp here. How old's Erin?
35.
35.
So Monica's older than
Monica's
Erin too.
38.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I know.
Sure. But she looks like completely fucking different from when she was like Jen Shah's assistant.
I see now. I don't think she does.
No, I don't. I'm like, I've heard of hair dye.
Lisa Barlow, that didn't sit well with me. There was just something about
so
it.
fake. But also, do you think Lisa's like, well, I don't talk to the staff, and I'm not going to acknowledge the things I said to you when you were the staff, and I was just
Yeah. Well, so Monica's come out and completely destroyed Lisa's count of how they met and what actually happened.
Yeah.
So
she clearly knows shit on everyone, doesn't she?
The tea that this woman has, that I believe is the reason why no one wanted to shoot the cast photo with her at the end, because she just told everyone's secrets. But again, I feel like they poked the bear.
Yeah.
I feel like they thought they were bigger than her, and she's like, do you know what? I've got nothing to lose at this point. Fuck
exactly. Let me tell you about everything wrong with your marriage.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have Secret Service on speed dial, bitch. You think I'm worried about you?
Service.
Okay, can we also... okay. Bravo took Jen Shah's snowflake away and gave it to the bitch that put her in prison. Bravo.
It's cold, isn't it? It's cold in Salt Lake City.
Hell hath no fury.
It is. I mean, what a move.
Fucking based on the hour I watched of her this week,
it's well deserved.
Well deserved. Between her, New York, and Jen from OC, Bravo is going through a bit of a moment. They need to recast now while they're still got the good energy going.
Somebody is seeing the potential, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we go for lunch and Angie's purse has to have a seat.
Because it costs $7,000 and it's made of mink.
Yeah. Which isn't, right, I'm going to sound like a twat here, but inexpensive bag world, it's actually not that much of a thing.
It's not. Like, if you compare it to a Birkin.
Yeah.
It's
just
really
going to get
cheap.
tatty, isn't it? Because it's furry.
I mean...
It's gross, isn't it, mink? I don't like fur. I think I find fur very distasteful.
Yeah, I don't wear real fur. Would never wear real fur.
I once had to work in a store where I had to, like, clean and demoth all the fur, which means heat treating, and it's so
yeah, that's not fun.
It was horrible. Anyway, so the purse has a seat. Then we talk about Monica, and we talk about how she married someone, divorced them, and then married them, and is now re-divorcing someone.
Yes.
Which very much proves our point that you should not be allowed to marry the same person again.
Absolutely. So far, you have not been proven wrong with this theory.
That is 100% track record on that. That is not a good idea, people.
It's not. Not a good idea.
So she's got 4 kids, all with that man, but in like 2 separate marriages.
Yes. So does she get twice the alimony or no?
Or half? Who can tell?
Oh, half. Oh, that's
Well, if he's
twist.
already given her half, and then the next time that you come back to that half, there's only a quarter.
I love the fact when she said, "I may have had an entanglement."
I may have had an
Genius.
And she talks about how she met Lisa and like how she used to sit on the phone with Lisa.
Oh, that's
and
so
Jen
funny.
told her all the secrets.
Where's the lie?
There's not one.
All one part of what she said was a lie.
I love the idea of putting the phone down and then coming back to her. Like,
can we talk about sushi nachos?
Yes, let's talk about sushi nachos. What does that mean?
I don't know, but I really want them. And where can I get them?
Yes, absolutely. Sign me up.
Is it like the crispy is it like the seaweed and they make it hard and then they put the toppings on the top and they cut it into like triangles?
Oh, I'm imagining it's a Mexican style nacho and then you've just put sushi inside it. I'm still here for it.
Okay, yeah. I like that. I was
hadn't
also
thought of a
wondering if it could be
wrap,
like
though. That's excellent.
The sticky rice, they like flatten it together.
Oh,
roll it
into
out,
a pancake. Yeah.
And then like fry it so it like seals. And then they put the shit on top of that.
There's also, you know, when they like deep fry the tofu and it's like in a batter. I mean, there's so many options.
Okay, either way, people, listeners,
please send me pictures.
Yeah, I need to know what sushi sushi nachos are, please. Desperate.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Then we go to brunch.
Who's having brunch?
Heather's organising a brunch. Heather's event is a brunch.
The spring fling, no, not the spring fling. What the hell? The fresh start party.
Yes, with all the snowballs.
Okay, also, question. Who is Mary H and how can I see her more regularly?
I think we will.
It's like if Iggy Pop, Lady Gaga, and like Steven Tyler had a baby.
So, I think I saw someone watch this, and then I think I've seen someone who doesn't look dissimilar in the playground. I fully have stared at her, like, intently.
Yeah. Maybe it's her. Go ask her if her name's Mary H.
See if she turns around. Yeah. But yeah, she's fun. She's maybe not in the right city, but she's fun.
Oh, she is giving me Venice Beach vibe. She needs to be on the other coast. Yeah.
No,
it's the same coast.
They're on the hill. Who
it's the same coast, yeah. Sorry.
Not the hill, obviously that's something else there. They're in the mountains. I like also Mary's text to Lisa. She's like, I haven't fallen out with Mary, but these are my last texts.
You're gonna kill people with your vile tequila.
I was like, I think you have fallen out, babe.
It was the way Lisa was reading it was like she just learnt to read. Like, it was so like a robotic stat. There was no like. I would have given a dramatic rendition of how.
I would have been upset if I was reading those words about myself, even from a crazy person.
It's not nice things to hear. Anyway, they had 1,500 snowballs.
I mean, well, you pay someone to take the snow away. Presumably, there's just a secondary industry.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Goes on like a tour, doesn't she? So first she pulls Lisa aside to say, let's catch up and squash the beef, which is cool. And then she goes and she grabs Whitney and she basically just destroys Whitney. And then,
how dare you talk about my bathtub?
Your vagina.
Oh, Whitney trying to be a fucking grown-up. Like, what magic word do I have to say so that this is not the story?
Oh my god, it's the way she says vagina. It killed me. And it's like,
but then part of it's Heather,
it's the head tilt as well. Like, it's just
because Heather comes in with the like
Special K.
Oh, Special K is legal now.
It's not.
It's not. Not unless
well,
you're a
actually,
horse.
it's not. illegal because they're using it now to treat depression and anxiety, aren't they?
Are they?
Yeah. So it's a new LSD.
That's a real throwing the baby out with the bathwater move, isn't
Well,
it?
I mean, I just feel like LSD
like you're
didn't
not
go
depressed,
very well,
but...
did it? The acid tests on like PSD people from like the war and stuff didn't really go too well.
I love all the LSD stories. There was times where they just started putting in the water, didn't they? Just like see what would happen. I mean, fun, but no, don't do that.
Yeah, no. So like, yeah, ketamine's now being used to treat like depression and anxiety.
I mean, have you ever seen a sad horse? No.
No.
I don't know that. I don't know anything about horses. Maybe there are sad horses. They seem fucking happy enough unless they're jumping over those benches to their death.
After we finish Salt Lake, I'm gonna have to pee. You have killed me. It is too much.
So they're not gonna hold the grudges.
No.
Also, Mary talks to Heather and she's like, "You knew all about it, didn't you?"
Yeah.
The insurance. She's like, "But you knew. But you knew."
Yeah. She's like, "No."
I didn't disagree with her. I was like, she does know.
Yeah, of course she does.
Yeah.
Yeah. She knew everything. Well, Monica apparently was like up like enough. She trusted Monica enough to say, "Here, sign these documents or whatever, and I'll give you 600 grand a year." So why wouldn't she have done that for Heather?
Oh yeah, I just think Heather probably signed them.
Yeah. Beauty Lab and Laser is going to go by the end of the year, isn't it?
Yeah, it might have a bit of a fire. Some documents will burn.
Like my mum always said, this is a real lesson, people. Don't write anything down that you don't want anyone else to read.
Excellent advice.
That's a life lesson to live by.
Then they have the snowball fight, which I fucking loved.
It started so polite, didn't it? And then it descended into
perfect
chaos. Oh no,
I don't really like it. And then Whitney and Monica were just like, "Fuck this."
I loved it when Monica and Angie just collided in the air.
Yeah, she just like fully took her down. She like fully tackled that bitch. And Meredith and Lisa were like, it fucking pummeled in their head. It was brilliant.
It's just looking at them from inside the room like, what are they doing? That is the comedic value that Mary M. Cosby brings.
Too funny.
No one can top that.
Too funny. I loved it. I loved the snowball fight. I was like, this is exactly the level of fucking stupid I want to see.
If we could get the level of whimsy from things like the snowball fight and all that, and like the dramatic cat fights and arguments, like that's the perfect combination for a Housewives season.
Absolutely lovely. Yeah,
it's fantastic.
And so then we see this sort of flash forward for all the rumors. Tell me what your predictions of the rumors are going to be.
So I think, so one of the things I heard about Angie K before was that she runs hair salons or something, right?
Right.
So it's like a cash-based business.
Right.
So she's not necessarily, I mean, how much money does she have from running hair salons? She's not Vidal Sassoon. Like, what? She's like, what's happening? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
not Nikki Clark. Like, who's going there?
Nikki Clark, really?
But he made money.
Yes. I just haven't seen him in a while.
Oh, is he still alive?
Yeah, I think surely.
Yeah, he was not that old, was he? But yeah, so I think her business is a front.
So we got some dodgy dealings.
Yeah.
Doesn't she have clips as well about like the Greek mafia?
Oh God.
Which I'm sure are a thing, but I haven't heard of.
No.
Marriage is a sham.
Yeah, everyone's cheating. Come on, like,
or just tapped out. I think Justin's just over it.
I mean, he knew who he married, but she's like,
did he? But
on a 10 now.
Yeah.
Like, it was for him before. Whitney was just Whitney for him.
Yeah, he was like, oh, fun. She's wearing a corset. Oh, it's so kinky. She's the aid of my children. Oh, great. And now it's like, I'm getting fired.
Yeah, she was the housewife during the day, so she didn't dress like that. And then she was you know, his side piece / wife in the like evening time, and
Yeah.
he loved it. But now she's on national television making him roll around naked in paint and
Yeah.
saying
the
things
same.
that really, because I mean, it must annoy him that she can't speak properly. Just a thought.
I would struggle with it. Yeah. I mean, I hate marriage is really a sham. Do we think it's Lisa Barlow?
Lisa Barlow's marriage is a sham, yeah, 100%.
Do you think John Barlow's closeted?
I wonder if he was closeted as much as we just haven't asked, so he hasn't told.
Like the American army.
Yeah, like I just feel like it's an open secret, everyone knows it, and that's why he's just so accepting of the way he treats her. She treats him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got mafia, failing relationship. I can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a wild ride.
It's gonna be a wild ride, right?
Notes.
New York.
Oh, I don't have many notes on New York.
We are getting ready to go to Aquilla.
And Sai and Uber go shopping, right?
Yes, and Uber needs advice on going shopping because she doesn't know what to wear, which is I feel like that's really accurate.
I feel like that's something we should have put together, but until she said it, I never put that together.
I think I know that in the same way that if I see dancers at the Christmas party, they have no idea what to do because they only work in choreography and they can't do it on their own. And I want to be like, you're from like South America and you're a professional dancer. How do you look more awkward than me, dancer?
Yeah. I'd love to go to your work Christmas party.
Well, I don't because I hate people, but very every now and again I manage to. They're talking about how they're going to get the outfit with the maps on. There was some really good stuff in that shop.
I really liked some of those dresses that they pulled. They were beautiful.
Looks for days.
Probably couldn't afford to buy any of them.
No, but they're not paying for anything.
Yeah, Sai's not paying for anything, is she?
No, and that's what she brings up about Jenna and the gifts. And I think this is... I don't think they're being slighted here. I think Sai's being a bit of a bitch.
I understand Sai's point.
Yeah, and that she gets paid to promote things.
The heart. No, a gift comes, like a true gift comes from the heart. And I get that. But I think that is how Jenna is. Like, I don't think
she's awkward and she overplays.
Yeah, I don't think she distinguishes between going to the shop and buying a scarf versus having a scarf that she's done a collaboration with or something that she would wear herself. I don't think there's a difference to Jenna. And
I think she would get herself in knots, wouldn't she? About like, is this enough or is it right? And I think I can see how she would overcommit.
Yeah. And also as well, why is she walking 14 blocks to buy a scarf when she's got a whole box of them living in her apartment?
Yeah. I just think, stop whinging. I'd take that free shoot. She hasn't actually asked you to promote anything. Again, so just don't. If you don't want to do it, just don't. And stick by your decisions and don't get upset about it.
What was my thing? No one cares about your 7 followers. Like, Jenna Lyons is Jenna Lyons. She doesn't need you to promote her shit.
Oh,
she's the only one we knew before New York started. No one else knew who the rest of these bitches were.
Well, someone must do. How many followers does Sai have?
Listen, we're not defending Sai right now. Stop that.
I mean, I'm looking at her and I can't even remember what her name is. What is her handle?
I don't even know because I don't follow her on Instagram.
Well, I'm sure I do, but it's not coming up.
It's like the Uncharted. It's like a weird name. It's not.
Oh, is it?
It's like a weird blogging name. It's like not a sensical thing. Anyway, whatever.
Fine. Uber says that she was rude to leave Erin's anniversary.
Yeah, she calls her out on that, yeah.
And then we see Jenna walking through Rockefeller Center.
That she's revamping, just casually.
And that's the thing, isn't it? I'm like, Rockefeller Center is something we've all heard of. Like,
yeah.
Calm your shit, Sai.
Yeah, like... Again,
this is the big dogs. Isn't this the people you want to play with?
Yeah.
Get on board. Isn't it Jenna Lyons wants me to do this, and so I should do what Jenna Lyons wants?
And if I do a good enough job, maybe Jenna Lyons and I could partner later or collaborate. Like, she's not thinking long term.
Yeah. So we see her brother. He looks normal.
Sure. I
I do think it was
happening more.
unfortunate in that she's going like, and we've really promoted like female-owned businesses and like non-white businesses. And like all I can see in the background is Tommy Hilfiger and Michael Kors.
I didn't spot that.
Like, oh, okay. I think those are some old white men.
Those are some very old white men.
And she talks about her condition and how she's having dental surgery.
Okay, can we talk about the mouth situation? Because that should have came with a trigger warning 10 seconds before that was displayed on the TV. Like, that caught me off guard. Like, I was not emotionally or physically prepared for that.
It was a lot, right? And I have no emotional dental things. Like, lots of people are anxious about the dentist. I'm absolutely fine at the dentist. And I was like, oh man, that looks very asymmetric.
It was the like the
she just didn't seem to have jaw. Yeah, I feel like that was a real thing. And maybe we don't know how much of it is a vanity project. But I don't know. Dental surgery sounds fucking horrible.
Yeah, it's not for me.
And she's the thing is, with all these psychological things, isn't it? It doesn't matter if her skin does look scarred or it doesn't. The fact is, she thinks it looks scarred, doesn't she? And she's uncomfortable.
I don't understand how.
And she doesn't feel like she looks like those women.
It makes me semi comfortable with my own issues with how I look and how I think other people see me. Because if someone like Jenna Lyons,
can be so insecure,
is so strikingly beautiful and has an incredible body and exudes a level of self-confidence that I could only aspire to have, but only in certain aspects. Like, she doesn't have it. Like, just, it's bizarre. Like, bizarre.
But I think it also really proves how good she is at her job, doesn't it?
Yeah, because she
can she knows exactly how it is to win all the strengths. She's like, this is my job. I can make the best of this in a photograph.
Yeah.
So I think I'm not forgiving her. I think it's like a super privilege problem, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Like,
100%.
oh, look at me in my recast cast of people to be the not entirely white franchise to talk about how like I need to get a tan for it to be acceptable on holiday. It is a tad tone deaf. You don't understand what it's like to be pale. But you'll never understand what it's like to be really white.
Yeah, none of them would though, would they?
Erin would.
Yeah.
Then we go to LA and we see Bryn meet her brother. Daryl?
What was his name? He had a cool name.
I thought it was Dennis?
No.
Darius.
Yeah, great name.
And they go hiking. And we've discussed this before. They make them pretend that they do outside activity. And they clearly don't.
To be fair, that looked like more of a hike than we see other people do.
Yeah, but they fucking absolutely fail at it.
Yeah.
So she talks about how she wants to settle down. She wants to be married, but this and it's them. And he's just like, are we just airing all of this dirty laundry, are we?
Yeah, like he was like, this is not what I signed up for.
And he is an English teacher in Seoul, right?
Yes.
I would like to see. I'd like an episode about him.
It'd be interesting, no?
Yeah.
I don't know about the older sister. Why would she be on camera?
Well, maybe she's like far away. They seem far flung.
Yeah. I suppose when you
maybe
don't
she's
have
just like,
roots,
I would like to not air my dirty laundry.
Yeah, when you don't have roots, right? It's easy to leave.
It's easy to get desperate.
Yeah.
Or maybe she's normal. Maybe she's managed to secure normal and she doesn't need this.
I mean,
like, no offense to Bryn.
She's not normal though, is she?
No, but I think she'll get there.
Yeah.
My thing with Bryn is, I just feel like she's like living up to a magazine.
She has an expectation of what her life should look like.
But it's like she's been told and she believes what she's been told. She believes that this is best case scenario. And I feel like I am more and more comfortable the age I am of going, oh, that's what somebody thinks you want. And that's great if that works for you. But if it doesn't, just fucking don't do that. Like, I think now, like, imagine if you got married now. I would do my wedding quite differently, I think, if I got married now. I'm not upset that I did the things that I did, but I think some things I just went along with because they were a wedding.
Yeah.
And like now I think she's like, I want to be married, but I don't want to be engaged. I'm like, well, don't be engaged. Who gives a shit? You don't need to do any of that.
No.
Like, just be confident enough in yourself to not worry about this shit.
That's the thing. It's the internal confidence, isn't it? It's not. She doesn't have that because she's not had
the stability. Of someone telling her she's right and enough.
Yeah.
So her brother said, he says in the same breath, he's like, just have a kid, and then he agrees that they're the problem.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot, isn't it?
That's not gonna filter down.
Yes.
Yeah.
But she also talks about how her grandma died, who was like the most permanent parental figure in her life. So like she is dealing with quite a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of the issues that she have are unwarranted. Like I think they are complete, but I don't think that she's taking the correct steps to try and resolve her trauma. Like I don't
like it's all valid, but she needs to do the work.
The right things.
Yeah. And it's like
partying
just before
and flirting
Christmas, isn't it? Which is a hard time for most people.
Yeah. I know. It's tough.
Christmas has got a lot of expectation generally, hasn't it?
It does.
And I love Christmas.
I love Christmas too, but I like what Christmas represents for me and my family. Like, it means that we're at home more, we're cozy in the house, and we've got like fairy lights up and it's twinkly, and we eat good warming food, and we just kind of hang out and like watch movies and kind of chill and play games. There's not that drama of the Christmas dinner, and there's not like the presents in there. I mean, all of that stuff happens, but to me, that's not the focus of Christmas for me. And I think that's what upsets me a lot about people. And they're like, oh, I need to get all of these presents and I need to get this. And you see these people rushing around like crazy people. And it's just like, okay, everyone rushes around a little bit, but like, take a step back.
But it's hard, isn't it? Like, there's a pressure to, because you can focus on those other things because you have those other things.
Yeah, fair.
If when you sit on that sofa with that other person and those kids, if you don't feel warm and fuzzy or relaxed or calm,
it's a different situation, isn't it?
Yeah, or secure. I think it's very different, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, fair. All right. Well, I'll get down from my privilege box.
It's not privilege. I think there's a certain amount of making yourself a lovable human.
I mean, not many people would classify me as a lovable human.
Yes, they would.
All right. Stop ruining my reputation. Shut up. So then we see
Erin bringing soup to Jenna, which is genuinely sweet.
Lovely. And Vicky could have done with her multiple times in the OC. We're looking for a casserole.
Absolutely. I love a butternut squash soup.
I just, well, there's nothing nicer.
I love it. I mean, a good pumpkin soup. Oof.
Mate. With some toasted pumpkin seeds on the top for good measure.
Oh.
Yes. If you're feeling fancy, a bit of stir and a bit of Stilton.
Oh, I fucking love a Stilton. A Stilton in the soup is the shit.
Beef and Stilton pie is like my favourite pie ever. I've ever had beef and Stilton pie. Oh,
excellent.
Pie for. Might have to make one now. It's too hot doing it.
It's significantly too hot. I mean, I cannot imagine the effort that goes into making a pie.
Oh, and I don't make my own pastry.
Oh, that's the only bit I can do.
Okay, let's do it together.
Because I've got terrible circulation.
Can you make the pastry?
I can make a mince pie because I can make a pastry and you just get the middle out of a jar.
Yeah, fair. So Jenna explains basically why she's going early, because she needs to tan because she's insecure. But the real issue is she doesn't want to fly coach. Now, I don't understand why the people them are upset about this.
I don't understand why people are upset.
If I didn't have to fly coach, I would never fly coach again.
No, why are we pretending that this is a problem?
When me and my husband have conversations about winning the lottery, do you know what the first thing is that we say we're going to buy?
A plane.
But no, well, yes, but first class seats.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never flying coach ever again. Like, never.
Yeah, because that's the problem, isn't it? I've never flown anything other than coach. What I hear is the problem of flying first class is that you have ruined yourself.
Yeah, no, I've flown business a few times for work, and it's
yeah. So as long as you can afford to do it forever,
they're just jealous. They don't
they
have that level of income.
And this is exactly what we want in a housewife, isn't it? I want someone who refuses to fly coach. That's exactly what I'm here for. I want to see the aspiration.
But they're all supposed to be like, none of the original legacy cast would fly coach. They'd all fly first class. So where's their money?
Exactly.
Jenna Lyons is in the wrong cast.
She is dragging that cast.
It breeds jealousy, and
they're just jealous.
Yeah, absolutely. And then everyone is packing, and Erin's kid pisses on the floor.
Oh my god! And nobody does like a damn thing.
The way the kid's looking at it coming out, like, oh, that's
coming
happening.
out of his trousers, like he's fully just committed to peeing on the floor, and they're like, oh, and then they're just like, get a towel.
They don't wash his hands, nothing, because he's peeing on his hands at this point.
It's just like, oh wow.
I understand the potty training struggle is real.
And it is.
But I feel like
what have you done that it's happening in the week after Christmas? Like, this is terrible timing.
Yeah, don't do that.
Have they been potty training that kid for 6 months?
That's the only logical.
Yeah, that's all I can think of. So then we see Jessel and Pavitt, and he is going to go to Vietnam
for a sandwich. A sandwich between two ladies, maybe, but not
Bearing
about
in mind,
me.
I still very much love Pavitt. I think he is.
I'm obsessed with Pavitt, and I think he has every right to go to Vietnam. If he wants to go to Vietnam, let the man go to Vietnam.
Well, that's the thing. She's like, "What's your reason?" And he goes, "Well, what's your fucking reason?" And I'm like, "That is entirely legitimate.
It's a valid point. Absolutely.
Well, this is what I'm doing with these people who are pretending to be my friends." And he's like, "Cool, I'm not pretending to have friends. I'm going for food.
I'm going by myself to chill."
And he's like, "I like flying." And I'm like, "What a fucking gift."
Yeah.
What an actual gift to yourself. And then the crux of it is she's like, "Well, what am I supposed to do?" And he's like, "Well, exactly the same shit I'm supposed to do when you're over there.
Work it out." The Joe
we have a nanny.
Yeah.
And we have a preschool. And it's 3 days.
Yeah. The Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner situation could learn a lot from this conversation. It's called equal parenting, because you both equally created those kids. Just saying.
I mean, obviously, I'd be furious if my husband went to Vietnam for 3 days. Obviously.
I wouldn't be furious. I'd be more upset that he's going for 3 days. I'm like,
it seems super stupid.
You're going to be a hot mess when you get back.
Yeah. I mean, my husband doesn't fit in coach, so it seems like a very bad idea. I've never seen anything like it when we went to New Zealand. I never thought he'd stand up. So then they go to Anguilla, and it's beautiful, and they go to the villa, and it's beautiful, and of course it doesn't have enough bedrooms. Why do they not? This is just a ploy. This is just a Bravo tactic at this point to make somebody upset and to make somebody fight. And
I thought it was a very calm situation when Uba and Jessel agreed to share a room. I thought that was a really calm situation. Now, what I didn't like was that when they got to the house, everyone started pouring after rooms. They should have given Jessel and Uba the best room.
Yeah,
because they had to share.
Polite. But also, why did they have to share? Jenna wasn't there, so I just know we haven't got a room then.
Yeah, fair. You stay at the Four Seasons.
Yeah, if that's what you're
She-
happy. I mean, I'm sure there's a sofa.
And I'm sure Jenna would have preferred to stay at the Four Seasons
Yeah.
anyway. Oh,
But that place looked
absolutely.
lovely. I'd happily stay in the shittest room there. Absolutely fine.
I'd sleep on the floor outside.
I bet the sun lounges there are as comfy as me being on holiday.
Seriously. It does look beautiful, Aquilla, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then
And
Erin just
Erin
basically
can't
shits
fall
all
over
over Jenna.
herself. I mean, she can't stop herself, can she? She's like on a timer. She's like, let me tell you, let me tell you, let me tell you. Which she has to do. That is her job. But
is she the bone collector? Is that who she is?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh God. Her and Sheree need to have a conversation. And then Jenna, they bitch about Jenna basically. Uber
Does she want a tan? That's a question. Like, that's a very serious question in this conversation, which I find quite laughable. Like, is this really an issue?
And Uber says Jenna can suck my dick, which I thought was a bit harsh.
Yeah, but she's in her like third language.
I think suck my dick is like a universal term now.
Yeah, but I feel like there's a sort of nuance that, like, you know.
Oh, right, yeah, I get what you mean.
I think if you learn like English sort of predominantly in London and New York, you're going to be a tad crass.
Very crass, yeah. I agree.
And then there's lunch, but luckily there's lunch because there's food there.
Loads of food. Different types of cuisines too. That always throws me off. I don't like that.
You were just talking about how you want sushi nachos.
Okay, but that's one plate of something. Don't give me like an array of dishes and like one's a Caesar salad, there's tacos, then there's like a pasta dish, and like just keep it. If you're gonna serve me tacos, keep it all Mexican themed. If you're gonna serve me like a Caesar salad, let's go full Italian. Like I can't do the. It throws me off.
Do you think it's because they're not going to be able to be good at everything? Is that the root of it?
I think so. It's like when you go to a restaurant and there's like more
and they
than
don't
one
have a
page on the
speciality.
menu. I can't eat there. Just doesn't do. Like I can't do
I
it.
find it very weird when you go to a pub and it's like, oh, we do burgers, and then there's like pasta de la mer, and you're like, who the fuck is ordering that? That's going to be shit.
It's going to give you food poisoning.
Yeah, like choose what you're doing.
Yeah, no, 100%. I don't mind it. Remember we went for a phase where pubs had like Thai restaurants in them.
Mm-hmm.
I love that because that was like a different experience. Like that was fun. That was like a different experience.
But they weren't
like,
also having a Mexican restaurant in them. Yeah. Don't be like, oh, we do bangers and mash and moussaka.
Yeah. Like I can make a mean bangers and mash and I can make a mean moussaka, but like not good enough to put both on the like it just.
I see what you're saying.
And also as well, I know what it takes
to create a buffet.
To buy ingredients for stuff and how you store them and how long it takes. And it's like if you're selling more than one thing of the other, then the stuff that you've got for the other thing you're not buying regularly because
I mean this is Aquilla. How much can they? Everything has been flown in.
Yeah, fair.
It's a sand mass.
Yeah, so I can't imagine it all being fresh. Like, yeah, so that shit, like, it gets in my head. Anyway,
yeah.
And then Jenna arrives and she spins a tale about a puppy.
No, wait. First, we have Jessel's realization. Her mind is blown because they tell her that an orgasm can relieve a headache.
What? She's obviously never had hangover dick. Like,
I just think she's never had an orgasm.
Hangover dick is the best dick. It sets you up for the day. Like, you're feeling really rough and you're just in a hot mess of a situation. Like, it just, yeah.
I think she doesn't know that you're supposed to like sex. I think she thinks that we're all buying into the myth that you're supposed to like sex, but I think she doesn't think anyone is.
Oh, she thinks that we're all pretending.
Yeah.
Oh. Right. That's an interesting take on it. Yeah.
So then Jenna arrives. And
she had a
Erin's
puppy,
like,
she went to Miami, and then she had surgery.
her friend had a puppy, there was Miami, and this is valid. You should choose one excuse and stick to it.
Yeah. But also, why didn't...
Or alternatively be honest.
This is the point, isn't it? That I keep going back to with Jenna. Is I don't think anything that she's doing is necessarily wrong. It's just that she feels the need to hide the truth and not be honest.
Don't make an excuse. Just say I don't want to fly coach.
Be
I need a tan.
Yeah. Like, living your truth. Like, just...
Yeah. I think it's really shitty the way Erin's like, she's showing a lot of skin for someone who doesn't like to show their skin.
But
like,
she bought her soup. And then she's like, this is why I can't get on with women who are 106. They're trying to pretend like they're 35. Like, I don't have the energy for it.
Yeah, I thought that was crappy. And then I think, like, Bryn is like really like, oh, I hate this word, but she's really triggered, isn't she?
Yeah, she's upset.
Yeah. In a way that I'm not really sure is valid. I just think she doesn't want to be like, she wants, what is she? She really wants the idea that everyone's in it together.
Yeah. That's not real life though, babe.
And I think it hurts her with the idea, because I think she's struggled with who she is and what she looks like, hasn't she, Bryn? For all she's pretending that she isn't. And so the idea of going, like I said, it was tone deaf, isn't it? Going like, oh, if I look like you, I had to get a tan to be able to be seen on the beach. And she's like, no, I've sort of hated being mixed race for like several decades now. Like,
yeah. No, you're not wrong. I didn't look at it from that angle, but no, you're 100% right. I think that's definitely a take on it that Jenna needs to understand, I think, as well.
like, you've got shit, but you've still got shit that in most rooms gets you places. Like, calm down.
Absolutely. Yeah, true.
Then what do? They get ready to go out, or they get ready for something?
Yeah, they get ready to go for dinner, but then that's kind of it. Jessel and Jenna chat about the whole situation.
Jessel looks brilliant in red.
She looks fantastic, doesn't she?
Red is absolutely a colour for her. She looks fucking stunning.
The best look she's had so far, I think.
Yeah.
And then they chat about the whole situation and what's going on, and Jessel's just like, look, you just got to be honest, basically, and kind of coaching her on that. And then it flashes to the next episode or the next couple of episodes, and Erin accuses Bryn of lying about her embryo.
Oh yeah.
What embryo?
I don't know. She's got some, she's got one. I mean,
why would someone lie about that?
I don't know. Is it going to be one of these things where she thought about having eggs frozen, and then she said she thought about having an embryo, and like Erin's just wound super tight, isn't she? And I feel like she's unforgiving, and she's so about family and the marriage. I think it's all too tight.
It's that old school mentality.
And I think there's trauma there.
Do you reckon Erin had her kids through IVF?
I don't know, but I just think there's so much pressure to be the wife and the mother, and it's all wrapped up. And I think, while I find Jessel quite annoying, she's very much wearing on her sleeve, isn't she?
Yeah, Jessel does that. I don't think you're gonna find Jessel. I know people don't believe Jessel, but I don't think you're gonna find her lying about much.
Not the important shit.
No, face value stuff, yeah, sure. Like if her bag's Gucky, not Gucci, sure. But like, not. You know, she has a girl, she's going to be honest that it was, grown in a tube or whatever.
Yeah. And that's more endearing, isn't it? So yeah, absolutely. Interesting. I'm still loving New York, though.
I am. I'm really excited to see how this cast trip goes, because it's the first one, right?
Yeah,
apart from
I'm
when
really
they went
looking forward to it.
Hamptons.
Oh, okay, Atlanta.
Oh God,
the Atlanta reunion. I mean, every single word of it I found very exciting. I
was gripped.
Where has this been all season?
The energy that they had on screen is not the energy that we've had. Absolutely. I don't know, but maybe that's what we have to deal with. Maybe we just have to have a lackluster season to have an amazing reunion.
No, that's not good enough.
No, that's not what we're doing. Okay.
I don't think that's enough.
So who looked the best? Oh, that's a long silence.
Yeah. I really liked Kenya's look.
Are you joking?
I think it was really fucking fun.
Oh,
I mean, like Marlo says, not the sleeves, but I like the underboob on hair, and I love the hair.
I love underboob, period. Underboob is the most underrated piece of boob, I think. I love a piece of I love underboob. I'm here for
I
all
like
of it.
Candy's look.
Candy looked fantastic. I thought she looked the best.
Great. And I like Marlo, which I know nobody else did.
Marlo's hair and makeup was flawless.
I loved that outfit. I thought it was great.
I can see you wearing something like that.
Yes. Not in
Just
that colour,
drinking,
but yes.
Just drinking like champagne out of a coupe.
Yeah, exactly. Take me there.
Yeah, I can see it with a big
And
hat.
I thought Sanya looked lovely.
So, okay, can we talk about how when Sanya walked in, none of them seemed to know that she was having a baby?
Nobody seemed to know.
So they're not friends?
Particularly Drew. And I thought, well, she has been dealing with a lot of shit.
I know, but still the way they all reacted was like it was brand new information.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was. Maybe she was more cautious this time.
Sensible.
But obviously it means they've not seen each other since filming.
Right?
So equally, like, it's winter and then she could just wear a baggy jumper like that. It was a very bump defining dress, wasn't it? But she could have hidden that bump.
Yeah, fair. Her hair was amazing.
I don't know what the noise is in my background, but it's like something is dripping.
I can't hear anything.
Okay, good. I thought Sheree looked awful.
Yeah, the shoes and the outfit were $39.99.
I mean, that corset, it's unnecessary. Like, you don't need to do that cinching it. Like, she looks amazing. She doesn't need to do that.
Yeah.
And then obviously the face.
I mean, thank God she's finally admitted to the nose job. We've all been talking about it.
What a riot.
Just the whole back and forth between her and Candy, and then when Drew and Kenya were like the fucking peanut gallery in the back going, well, we all knew about it, you just didn't admit it. Like, it was fantastic. It was amazing TV. Amazing TV.
I thought Drew looked awful. It's not a sitting down dress.
Her face looked great, but yeah,
her
the
face
outfit
looked great, but it's not a sitting down dress. It's sitting down the reunion. Why does nobody sit down when they try these dresses on?
It just looked horrendous, didn't it?
She had the armpit boob.
Yeah. Do you know who I thought was the best dress, which is, well, second best dress, which is annoying? Courtney. I really like Courtney's outfit.
Oh no, I disagree.
I really like Monietta. I think was the best. Monietta was the best dress.
Monietta looked lovely. She looked sort of timeless.
Yeah,
but
I like Courtney's outfit. It's just a shame that she ruined it.
I felt Courtney's looked like it was like cosplay. Like, what is this? What are we looking at here? And also the asymmetry of it.
Anyway, let's get into it.
Okay, so Sheree's been tweaked. She acknowledges it. Marlo's on Ozempic.
Yes.
Drew is still living with Ralph.
Yep.
And Sanya's due on Christmas Day.
Yes.
Yep, all that information. It's a fucking terrible time to have a birthday.
Oh God, I know people that
my sister's Christmas Day.
Your sister's birthday's Christmas Day?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, so how do you celebrate it? Do you celebrate
it
like after?
When she was little, she used to have it like 25th of June, but then she didn't know how old she was.
Right.
So it's just crap. She just accepts that it's crap.
Oh.
But then she's had a baby in December, so she hasn't learned.
Christmas, September's a good time.
September's meant to make you really successful. No, he's in December.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I was confused. I was saying that she would conceive in September.
Conceive, yeah. You
conceive in December to have a September baby.
September's meant to make you very successful in the world, isn't it?
I'm September.
Well, that proves it.
I was going to say that's the polar opposite of what actually happened.
You're successful. Don't say that. We talk about Bob's daughter.
Can we talk about the fact that Bob is in Sheree's house offering people food like he lives there?
He has. It's one level of rude if it was their marital home, right? It is a whole other level of fucking rude.
The fact that she thought he had left. He just comes.
Also, how can you not know that that man has left? I mean, presumably the sun is fucking blacked out for a second when he goes. Come on. How can you not be aware that he's there?
I love that so much. So much.
It's, oh, what a twat. It's such a fucking power play, isn't it?
I'm obsessed. I think it's the best thing I've ever heard. I love it so much.
Sheree believes that we believe her, which is just all stupid shit.
I know.
And then
her and Martell she reckons it over, and I'm not really. I believed her when she said that. I think
she's still having sex with him when he's around.
Okay, sure, but I mean, getting dick is different to being like emotionally involved.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she has emotions.
She just needs to make sure she's using a condom or getting checked regularly.
Yeah, which I'm sure she's not.
No, probably not.
I loved it when she says that when in the photo that she's compared to Drew, she's like, well, that's the worst photo I've ever seen of me. And Andy fucking pisses himself. Like, he is cackling.
Andy has a lot of those moments.
He cannot keep up, can he? No, he is just like,
it's coming in
dying.
I think he thoroughly enjoyed this reunion.
He had a great time.
Like he enjoyed. He realized why his job's fun.
Yeah. He was like, this 100%. is what we're doing.
Yeah.
They all talk about how it's hard out there dating. Drew agrees. She's been single a hot minute.
And Sanya calls her out on it and says, how would you know? She was like, I'm just saying in general.
Just generally in a sort of vague sense.
Uh-huh. And Kenya's divorce still isn't final.
Oh, good God.
But now she's subpoenaing Marlo with blank documents.
Andy, again, he's like, this is brilliant.
But why is Marlo texting Mark? What is happening?
Is Sarah?
That's
because she is thirsty.
Behavior. That is unacceptable behavior.
It is, but I believe
she wonders why Kenya treats her like a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't be shocked by your by someone else's behavior.
So then we clarify the dinner for Sheree's birthday. Again, Andy, absolute classic. Because he's like, because you would pay, of course. Me pay? She looks like you've just spat at her. Like, sorry, why would I pay for shit?
Yeah. Was it a weird relationship with Bills, he said?
A very interesting relationship with Bills.
That's just rude.
I just am like, well, where were you going with what you clearly thought was a very expected line?
Yeah. I don't know.
You just assumed that everyone else would pay.
And then there's the back and forth, isn't there, about how Sheree's like, find me someone who's like giving me a lawsuit or ripped off my idea or whatever. And then they go back about Drew saying, I'm still waiting for my check from the party. And Andy was like, do you know what? I'll give you the money.
I'll pay for those balloons. Let me Venmo you. I think he feels bad because he's like, Les, Drew doesn't have like money.
No.
Can't be getting ripped off for balloons.
Oh my God.
Then Sheree really fucking kicks off at Candy.
She tries to throw.
And this is when I lose it. I'm like, sorry, I've lost why we're doing this. So
it starts with the OLG being ripped off because it was that other guy's idea.
Yeah.
To Candy fires back and says, well, at least I have like something physical, like the fashions from your website or whatever on the fashions from your show on the website. And then they go back and forth about
fucking valid
surgery.
what Candy's saying. And and then she's like, you could never look like this.
And then Candy was like, but now you look much better. Oh.
Put all the shots in your face.
Go and clean the floors in your nasty ass restaurant. Bitch, at least she has a job.
Yes, exactly. It's that. It's like and she's like, look after your businesses. And she's like, I do. All of them. What the fuck are you doing here pretending to sell leggings that no one can buy?
But she can print a newspaper, but it took her 14 years to make a pair of joggers.
It's too
I
much.
mean,
and that newspaper is all about Candy.
that's just it's.
Candy is
so
living
pressed.
rent free in your head.
Why though? What has happened?
Because she's done all the things. She's in charge in her relationship, and she has all the independence. That she pulls off the things she says she's going to do. All things Sheree cannot do.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, it's nuts.
I loved it when
isn't
she was like, "I wish she would print some fashions."
Yeah.
And that all kicks off, and Andy has to go and bang the gong.
He's been wanting to do that all day.
Oh yeah,
let's be clear.
That's a gun on stage. That someone's got to hit that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I loved the newspaper. I thought Kenya was doing some real fucking class A participation in that.
Oh, well, she's like, why am I not on the cover? Like, oh,
why am I not? And this is track.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the actress I want to see.
And Andy like cracked up at that as well. Like,
he couldn't. He was in creases.
He was having a great time.
And then Sheree like fucks up with like, I couldn't find a good photo, and she's like, excuse me.
And then she backpedals. She's like, no, because
they're also good. They're also good. Yeah. And Candy's just like, they're going, I'm in profit. What the fuck are you whinging about, bitch? Candy is pissed off though.
Yeah, she's really angry. Really angry.
And then Drew cuts in on Candy. She's like, no, it was bad shooting with Candy and Todd. Like, it wasn't top tier, and I had to lower my rate, and blah, blah, blah.
Which I'm not mad at. Like,
no, I don't think you should go below union rates. But equally, if you are not a valid name, that's how the industry works.
But what I didn't like, and I'm really upset with Candy for this, it's changed my opinion on her a little bit, was she instantly went in defense of the men, and it was Drew's fault, and like she accused Drew of gaslighting Ralph, and like I didn't like the way that she flipped that narrative to be it's all Drew's fault. Like it doesn't sit well.
That's true. I think it is.
I didn't like that.
I think it's very annoying, and I'm probably guilty of this. It's very annoying when people work on shit and then say it's shit.
Right.
Like, you worked on shit, you knew what it was.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I know, but like, then don't turn around and say that your sister was lying about her mental health issues, and then you're like,
yeah,
you think that actually maybe you've gaslit Ralph because of how you lie and how you do all this stuff. Like, that's not cool.
And and the idea that like I think there is some water in the idea that people are scared of Candy. She's a big player.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
But also there's a load of truth in the fact that Drew does lie.
Yes, she does.
Like, this is what happens to the boy who calls wolf, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Drew just thinks it's all sort of banter, because that's the other thing, isn't it? Candy doesn't play a part on this show. She's Candy all the time, and that's what's so exhausting.
Yeah.
For her, because that's a lot. So then at the end, so they have this like frat, and then Drew goes, I just want to check that we're good. And Andy's like, you're not good.
No.
Like, she's pissed.
Yeah. She took Ralph's side. Like, you're not good.
Not good at all.
Oh, bless.
And then there's all this like back and forth shit with Marlo.
Yeah.
I felt bad for Marlo.
I did not. The way Kenya came for her again about money on the nightstand and all the rest of it, it's a lot. But then at the same time, I can understand why. If Marlo is trying to dig up dirt with your ex-husband.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like you fight fire with fire, don't you?
Yeah.
But she nearly died doing Pilates, which I thought was hilarious. That was so funny.
And Sheree's like, well, how many times have you been? And she's like, I'm just not lying. Like, don't, just calm down.
Yeah, it's not me that like does that. And then Monietta and Courtney arrive, and Drew throws a plum at Courtney.
Yes, she loves a fucking prop, doesn't she? Absolutely loves a prop.
And then Andy eats it.
Yeah.
That's not normal. Where has that been? That could have been on the floor. It could have been anywhere.
Oh, like, that is the worst place Andy Cohen's mouth has been. Come on.
Fair point. All right, I'll move on.
Okay, I would like you to think of the relationship that Drew is to Courtney. Think of, right, try and see if you know this person. Your dad's sister,
Okay.
her husband,
Okay.
their nephew.
Nope.
No, exactly. I don't fucking know those people.
I've probably been at a party with them, but not really known who they were
That
or
is
what
the
they were doing.
relationship of Courtney to Ralph.
Yeah, but they're Fast and Furious cousins.
Fast and Furious, fuck off.
Unverified, bitch.
I'll
That was
piss in my
hilarious.
face and tell me it's raining.
Piss in my face and tell me it's raining.
That's some grade A bullshit you're trying to feed us.
That was fantastic. And Marlo has slept with Scott Lee. We find out at this point. Well, okay, there wasn't brand new news, but you know, she shared
But
it.
they're still casually dating. I think this is fine.
Yeah. And then they accuse Sheree of being the bone collector and production get incredibly shady by showing the bones going
doing the
across
tally.
screen.
Yeah, I loved it. I was like, this is actually great. It's good, very good, accurate record. We talk about Roy. Did Marlo date Roy? Did Marlo not date Roy? Why is Kenya not dating Roy? It's because of the edit. It's because of the rushes. It's because of the super teas. No, it's not.
Marlo dated Roy. 100% dated Roy. And she didn't give him what he wanted, so he moved to Kenya.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. And if Kenya can't see that, then that's Kenya's problem, isn't it?
And then we move into Kenya doing a Meredith Marks. Like, you're not genuinely upset about this. And she's genuinely upset that Kim said, is she still alive?
Yeah.
Come on. That's not her fucking trying to assassinate you. Get the fuck over yourself.
It's like when, was it in Potomac, when Giselle said Ray will be long dead before these look fake, and Karen turned it into wishing death on Ray. Like, really?
You are not offended. You're reaching for offense.
Ugh.
No.
Ridiculous. Marlo gives her fashion opinions on everyone. And then
I think she really missed a beat. If that was me, I would have said, the best accessory on the runway is the bump.
Oh.
That would have been the nice thing to say.
Yeah. Fair. But then we get into collusions.
And karma.
Now,
yeah.
I don't disagree with Courtney saying that was Katie's karma.
But I think
I often think about that for.
I think there's some, but they see karma as like witchcraft.
Yeah, we've had this conversation.
So that's the problem.
Yeah.
I found Courtney really annoying talking over everybody.
And calling Drew fake and calling her a liar and just, oh my God, her mere presence offended me.
Yeah, and I just think she looked like a puppet.
And Drew, I feel like, handled herself really well.
Yeah.
You would have had to have restrained me, because I would have jumped up across that couch and I would have dragged that bitch up, down, left, and right. I knew that
Ralph was very hurt. Ralph is always hurt. His ego is so fucking fragile.
Why is he there? Why is he at the reunion? Why is he even there? It's a good story,
isn't it?
Oh, just...
And then because then Drew's like, don't speak about my son. And she's like, I didn't. Courtney's
even Andy says you did.
And Andy's like, you fucking did. Like, this is twice. You've just clearly been caught denying something that everybody's just heard you say. Dumb bitch.
Oh.
I felt quite sad when Candy was like, yeah, I've bit off more than I could chew.
Yeah, that was a moment where she realised she wasn't superhuman.
Yeah. And those moments are quite few and far between. I had a glass of wine. sort of forgotten how to talk. I feel like
how to talk
could be complete ramblings.
No, you've been all right. This moment was a fleeting moment. OC.
It's not
much. I don't even have notes for the OC.
I
Oh,
have very
shit.
scant notes. I'm really over. God.
I'm done. Yeah,
It's tiresome.
it is. So for me, I only have really one thing I want to talk about.
Okay.
Drunk Emily.
Oh my word.
You
I
know it's
mean,
bad when Gina's telling you to stop.
like, stop, sober up.
I honestly, at one point, I think I turned around to get my drink off the table, and I turned back, and she had a cucumber hanging out of her
Oh
mouth.
my
And I was
God,
like,
the
what the?
cucumber was excellent, and Tamara's impersonation of it was fantastic. Has this got seasoning on? I can't taste any. Is there any dressing? I can't taste anything. Like, have you heard of cutlery? No. So let's talk about that pie.
Oh,
Tell me the concept of that pie. Is it right? I don't understand.
okay.
Is it the Heather Dubrow channel, like YouTube channel in that network, or is it the High Def channel? Or so is it a pun or is it
So
a coincidence?
no, it's a pun.
Okay.
So it's the Heather Dubrow section of of that app or whatever, and it's
Because
called
she made it sound like she
HD.
was going to be live on there 24 hours a day.
No, because yeah, no, because she says that she's living her. You know her tagline where she's living her life in HD. That's actually her like new business tagline.
Oh,
So
okay, I
everything that
see.
she's doing now is like that.
I love it when Emily's like, I'm surprised we didn't get branded. More HDs on things. But I do feel a bit for Heather, like she can't do right for doing wrong, can she? Like she is
No, she's having to
she's
right.
too
She's down
much,
to
but
do.
that's what
Yeah,
works.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
I mean that
I
party
loved.
looked awful.
I loved. I loved how it looked,
It's too much.
but I
But
don't
that's
think
what's
I could.
needed.
Yeah,
And then they're being like, it's a cloche.
is that what
She's
that's
like,
called?
and she's like, is this a bird cage?
A butterfly's gonna come out when I open it.
She's like, I don't like these eggs. They come out of a fish's vagina.
It's a shame though because OC started so strong, like it was that light relief from Atlanta where they were fighting constantly, and it was like fun
But
and
now it's just turned into that. Now it's just bitchy, shitty fighting.
and Emily's come out on Watch What Happens Live and said that Heather didn't say that to her about Shannon. It was Tamara, as Gina said in her confessional.
She was just really, really pissed and couldn't remember.
So she basically screamed and shouted at Heather for no reason.
And ruined her dinner.
Ruined her dinner, yeah.
But also, what did Heather hope was, what was the best case scenario? Like, everyone would be like, oh my God, I can't wait to come on.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to be that nice to Heather because she is really annoying by her entitlement of being really rich.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she should just, that should be enough for her, but it's not. She also wants to be famous.
She does, yeah.
Before that, in the before, can we talk about how Jen's mum didn't visit her when she was getting divorced?
Well, because she didn't believe in her divorce, I guess.
That's a shit move.
Well, I mean, that's what a lot of, I mean, you see these parents that disown their kids and stuff when they do like get pregnant at 16. It's like, yeah, that's the road you should be taking. That's helping.
It's well crappy, and yet she still thinks she's amazing.
I know. I don't do well with understanding people's reasonings for unjust behaviors. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's very hard.
I can't get on board with you saying, like, if you said, if one of your kids came home at 13 and said, oh, I'm pregnant or whatever, and I found out that you kicked that child out, like, me and you would never be friends again.
Yeah, it's real crap, isn't it? Especially at the point when it's like they're both adults.
Yeah.
And you can't meet another adult somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to like something.
Yeah, that's fair.
But you're a grown up, and I don't know, maybe it's not an adult to an adult. Like, your child is having a shit time. And you used to go and visit, like, step up.
Yeah.
And she's got 5 fucking kids. It's not like you couldn't be practically helpful.
You don't even have to see her.
Absolutely not. Just come up and just tell her to make packed lunches.
Yeah, exactly. And Ryan, I felt like Ryan was giving off genuine vibes when he met the mum.
Oh, you've fallen for that.
But or is that just his shtick?
That's what he does. That's his shtick. I'm great. I'm great with mums. I'm great boyfriend material.
I
I'm
know
such
his
a nice
face, his
guy.
eyes looked like they were genuinely like, oh my God. It's any wonder I've survived in the world, if that's what I think, isn't it?
I thought Monica's husband had real Ryan looks.
Who's Monica?
In Salt Lake.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really crappy. But you know, I mean, she's trying to everyone's playing along with the idea that Ryan's a good option, aren't they? Which is just stupid.
Yeah.
Why do we do this?
I don't know.
We all do it though, don't we? Our friend gets a new boyfriend and we all go, oh, he's really nice. I really like him.
Yeah.
And we're all going, what a twat.
I don't really think I've ever done that.
It's hard when they're like so into it.
I just don't say anything. I think I'm one of those people that I say so much because I don't say anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, oh yeah. You know, like it's just like a smile and a nod.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we can all see it's terrible. I loved when Jen and Tamara wore the same colour.
They look stunning.
Didn't they? It's a great colour.
I love that colour.
Acidic green on a blonde with a tan. Lovely.
Yeah. I've got a bodysuit that's a bit like that colour.
Oh, nice.
Might need to bust it out.
Oh.
Not one of them bodysuits that makes so I can't breathe and like vomit. Not one of those. It's just a normal bodysuit.
Nice. Good. Maybe still give it a week though. It is very hot.
Could you imagine? It's all in the crotch area. Oh no.
It's the fact that you, like I have just done, have to be entirely naked, isn't it, to pee? It's that.
Yeah. Yeah, they're no fun, are they? What else happens? They go to Mexico.
Well, we see Heather and Terry going to say goodbye to the house.
Oh yeah, I love that moment. I thought that was really cute, even though it was 100% staged. I thought it was really cute.
Okay, cool.
I like seeing them drink out of a champagne bottle.
Yeah.
There's something very erotic about that for me. I don't know what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think it sort of requires almost circular breathing, doesn't it? Because it's so bubbly.
Yeah.
Like you've got to be able to breathe in and out at the same time and entirely through your nose. So I think there's something there. There's some skill.
I reckon she's not. I reckon the reason why she has a $55 million house is because she's not bad at putting stuff in her mouth. Just saying.
Yeah, but then what did she have? What is that? Was that a Jeroboam? I don't know what that was, champagne that she was opening, and she implied that she couldn't handle large things.
Was it not a Magnum, or is it bigger than a Magnum?
I think it was bigger than a Magnum. I don't know. I don't know where it goes from there. A Magnum's just 2, isn't it? It's like 1.5 litres.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just a Magnum of champagne.
Yeah. It's definitely not the £13 bottle of Magnum Prosecco I get from Aldi here for Christmas.
So they go to Mexico. I loved Emily's advice. She talked to her daughter and she was like, you just can't, like, one of the things you need in life is a good one-piece black.
Okay.
I think
it's very cute that you think she was talking to her daughter. She was talking to her dog.
She was talking to her dog. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, that tracks.
But no, it is great advice.
It is good advice. I mean, not particularly if you are a dog.
No. Yeah, a good solid black one piece is always a staple.
Yeah, brilliant. Absolute staple. They go to Mexico. Again, it's lovely.
That where they went in Mexico looks stunning,
yeah. And they go to dinner, and Heather was gonna tell them that they've sold the house, but she can't because they were all like, "You sold the house," and they just look jealous. I
That's the
feel
thing,
for Heather.
It's another situation, isn't it, where
She can't
it's
win,
like-
can she?
but also as well, why does she care? She's got fuck you money.
Yeah, she needs to be friends with richer bitches.
She does. That's why I'm thinking that move to
Kathy
Beverly
Hilton.
Hills might be a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I don't know. Would it be too much if she moved to?
Maybe she just needs to go on holiday with like hoity-toity people.
Her and Jenna Lyons need a vacation.
Oh, I was thinking, what's her name from Dubai / Ladies of London?
Not Stephanie. Where did that come from?
No.
Caroline. Stephanie. I knew I was saying Caroline, but Stephanie came out.
I was saying Caroline, but I actually said Stephanie. Yeah, I think her and Caroline would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's she is caught in what like arguably should be the biggest conversation like in the premise of this television program, shouldn't it? Like, you just sold your house for more money than like God has.
Yeah.
And yet she's sort of a dick. She's like, I don't know. Is it that she's been so much of a dick so much of the time that she's made a bed for herself?
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. But at the same time, like, it's not her fault that she
is a dick.
Saw potential in Terry all those years ago and said, he may not look great, but I'm gonna be rich.
Yeah. And that's kind of all they're actually chasing, isn't it? Like, and maybe they're like lives have diverged into something else where they're the main character, but like 30 years ago, if you'd offered that to any of those women, I think they'd have taken it.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we really extrapolated into insanity, didn't we? When it was like, when she was really, again, like, you've chosen to be offended by something that's bullshit. Like when Emily was like, you look like a whale trainer.
Yeah.
And she's like, I was really hurt and you're body shaming me. And I was like, oh, come now. That's a bit much.
The whale trainer thing, though, I didn't get until they showed me the flashback, and I was like, oh,
she did, didn't she? It was very accurate.
It was very accurate. Yeah. Don't go to SeaWorld, guys, or Sea Life, or any of those places.
It's bad.
Those animals are held in captivity. They shouldn't be in captivity. It is not a good look.
Sea Life is fine because that's just got like starfish and clownfish and stuff, hasn't it?
Okay, anything that has like a dolphin or a killer whale,
a big thing,
or
a
like
mammal.
a seal or something like that, don't go. Not okay.
No. Oh my God, I watched that documentary, which I'm sure everyone else has watched. Oh my God, it's so sad.
I can't.
When you hear how far the distance of the mum crying for the baby, they're like sounds can be heard for like hundreds of miles.
And these animals are like banging their heads against the side of the tanks to escape, and eventually that kills them. Like, I can't. It's too much. It's too much.
Oh.
Yeah. Not for me.
I'm all sad now.
I know. I think we should end it there.
Okay.
I mean, do you have anything else to say? I don't actually generally have anything else to say about OC.
No, then we just then get into the Shannon at BravoCon of it, do we? But then
but
Emily's now said that that's the wrong person because she was pissed.
Yeah.
I think
I'm looking forward to seeing Vicky come. I'm thinking next week is going to be exciting because Vicky's there.
I hope so. I find it's all a bit sad.
It just seems a bit like they're reaching for drama and they're making it like, did they take a step back after filming a couple of episodes and been like, this is way too jolly and too happy, we need to like,
I don't know, or can they just not be jolly with each other? Do they start to be dicks? Or has everyone, the cynic in me is like, has everyone decided that we're not gonna, I think people are like, we're not having Tamara be the centre of attention.
Yeah, maybe.
Because she's too much of an ego for all of that.
Yeah. That's a good point. That could be that.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm not loving it though. It feels quite worky.
I know, it's so annoying because it's so
Right, let's end it there then. I'm not going to be sad about the whales. Oh God.
Um,
It's all hot, and I'm going to have to be sad about Wales.
Go drink some wine.
No, definitely. I definitely shouldn't do that.
No, I know. It's just going to sort it out, innit?
I mean, this is the first glass of wine I've had. I mean, I'm going to be hungover.
Oh, God.
Right.
All right.
So-
Well, thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you very much for listening. Please don't forget to rate, follow, and subscribe. Tell us if you agree with us. Are you loving Salt Lake? Are you hating OC? Tell us your thoughts. And we'll see you all next week.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.